Alright everyone, so the Aquaman movie has a brand new release date, and Warner Bros. Is actually pushing back the movie to October 5th, 2018. Now originally the film was slated for a July 2018 release date, and many had actually speculated that it could potentially swap dates with The Flash after the director parted ways and it seemed like production was really ramping up for Aquaman. Now the character made his cinematic debut earlier this year via a short cameo in Batman v Superman Dawn of Justice. The character will next be seen, of course, in the Justice League directed by Zack Snyder, which is the follow-up to Batman v Superman, and it sees the major DC heroes fighting against Steppenwolf. Now, the Aquaman standalone film will star Jason Momoa as Arthur Curry alongside Amber Heard as Mera, the Queen of Atlantis, and Willem Dafoe as Volko, Arthur's chief advisor. Now, let me talk a little bit about why I'm a little bit concerned about this movie, and that's because mostly the screenwriter is Will Beall, and he wrote Gangster Squad and not much else that is noteworthy in his career. And also, I'm a little bit worried about the direction of this movie because I have faith in James Wan. I think he's a very talented filmmaker. He has an incredible vision, directorial, way that he actually processes his films. The Conjuring and Conjuring 2 are amazing movies, and I thought that some of his early films, I think he did one with Kevin Bacon actually, which was amazing. That was I think it maybe his first film. It was very low budget, had a really unique style to it, and of course he did Saw, which was great, the first movie at least. And I'm a little bit worried about this movie because, of course, before Batman v Superman had been released, they were saying that this movie was going to be, much more focusing on these underwater creatures. It was going to have a Lovecraftian feel to it, all these giant sea monsters, sort of like a horror movie underwater, this trench and everything, dealing with sort of a political angle too, with Aquaman being the ruler of Atlantis and then having to deal with these other surface dwellers and how he is caught between two different worlds. And now they're saying that it's going to be a swashbuckling action adventure movie. Now, I actually don't have too much of an issue with that. I think that it's a pretty cool move. This could be a very fun movie, action-oriented, and also explore the underwater kingdom of Atlantis and just, general things underwater that we actually don't know about it, because we don't really know anything about what's down below under the ocean, and it could be really cool to explore that on film, which I think James Cameron is trying to do something similar to that with Avatar 2, but that's on a different planet. However, this movie, I just feel like there might be a conflict of interest here. I feel like James Wan had a vision of what he wanted to do, and then Batman v Superman came out, and then of course Suicide Squad came out after that, and then Warner Brothers really tried to course correct and say, okay, we don't really want to make our films too dark anymore, we're gonna make them appeal to everybody. And I think maybe James Wan's original vision was a bit compromised, and he had to make some changes and say, okay, I'll do what you guys want, but I still want this, and this in place. But I mean, hopefully the film turns out okay. I just have a little bit of a trepidation for this movie because of just the development process that's been in, plus the original rumors that we heard about this movie when it was first announced 2 years ago was that Warner Brothers had hired 5 or 6 different screenwriters to pitch different versions of the movie and to write full-on scripts, and then they were going to take the best parts of each script and kind of meld them together, which didn't make any sense to me at all, because that's just not how screenwriting works, to be honest. There's just so many different layers to actually sitting down and writing a film. It can take months, even years to get a perfect script, but I don't know. Hopefully this movie turns out, like I said, it looks like, we're going to be seeing some set photos possibly early next year, and then in the coming months, maybe a trailer, teaser at Comic-Con next year, of course, and things of that nature. And of course, we'll see Arthur Curry in Justice League and get a better feel of what his character is going to be like, because in Batman v Superman, he was just basically a glorified cameo. He didn't say any dialogue, we just kind of saw what he acts like underwater and what his powers are like. So anyways, leave your thoughts down in the comment section below. Are you kind of bummed out that Aquaman is going to be hitting theaters a few months later than it was originally slated for? And what are your thoughts on the movie overall? Are you excited to see it, or do you have a little bit of a concern like I do? If you guys are new to the channel and you like this video, subscribe for more content like this. My name is Nick, and I'll catch you guys next time.